Hello again, I am Jim Bob. Welcome back to Jimsville on City Skylines on the PS4. And you just saw there, we had a train making its way in and then backing itself out. I've never seen them do that before. But we've had vehicles kind of pulling in overnight, dropping cargo off. And now here you see, we have freight trains coming in and out of our station. We've got some passenger trains over there as well. Rail network is getting kind of busy. Maybe we might need to extend the angle of these, make them a little bit wider. But they're okay for now. But yes, we now have a fully working rail terminal, so we've got a great way to export some of our traffic, some of our goods, and that should hopefully ease a little bit of the road traffic by having that there as well. We take a whiz over here. You can see the problems that we had traffic-wise over here are all but gone. We're still getting a lot of traffic feeding in, as you'd expect, but it's much more contained now. And this new junction over here is definitely helping to keep the traffic flowing a little bit better, going in to splitting into just 2 lanes as we run down here. We are still getting the occasional sort of queue, but that's usually due to just the traffic lights and large volume of pedestrians. You can see our bus services are still, you know, really dealing with a huge number of people. We may have to increase our bus budget a little bit more. But one thing I also want to do is I want to add in a rail station over here, a commuter station. So we have the railway line coming in over here. Our buildable area works up to this dotted line. So from this point onwards, we have access. So what I can do, and what I'm thinking of doing, is actually branching a side lane off just here, going over the bridge here, having it raised up, and then curling around over the freeway, coming somewhere along here, and then somewhere down here, putting in a commuter station. And then maybe, just maybe as well, send the commuter station over to our second residential area, West Coast, as well. We have our freight terminal, obviously, there, servicing our 2 freight yards. And we can see that lumber traffic is going to and from quite nicely. Although for some reason these guys do tend to be turning off and then running down and then coming back around. I'm not entirely sure why they're doing that. But you can see here, look, here are our logging trucks. They're actually going into the farm district to come around. Maybe if that's the case, maybe we don't need 6 lanes here. So let's dial that back down to 4. It looks better. So 6 lanes was a bit much for that little stretch there, but it'll help keep traffic flowing, I think, having it at 4 lanes building up there. So yeah, for our logging industry, for some reason it was not coming down this way when it had the opportunity to. I'm not quite sure why, but maybe. Actually, we haven't done any tunnels yet, so let's do that. Let's remove that piece just there. And what we're going to do is we're going to put a tunnel in. So let's slow time down. Well, we'll pause time entirely. Let's go to 4-lane roads. We want straight. And we're going to go underneath. And now we're going to pop back up again. And actually, on this bit, what I want to do is I want to have a curve. So, let's go down a level. There we go. There's my curve. That's a little bit big. Can we go a little bit smaller? Let's go in 1. Let's see, we're there. So 1, 2, 3. There's our curve. And now we raise up, oh, connect up. We're still on curved setting, aren't we? Let's go straight. Come this way, raise back up again. And connect there. So the traffic should now, when it gets to the end here, turn right. Well, sorry, turn left and go to the freight terminal there. Let's see if that works. That's actually quite steep as well. I might need to change that. That's not too bad. Let's speed time up again so we can get some traffic moving down here. See if it's actually going to work, or if the traffic is all just going to turn away now, which it might do. Oh no, here we go. Look, we have got logging traffic using our road tunnel. And all of this traffic is feeding in here. I haven't seen anything. Well, there's one there. Very little traffic that's actually turning off. But what I am going to do, just to make it a little bit more, is just put a double lane in there as well. So anything that wants to just bypass the station and just drive out to the junction can now do so without any hold up. So there we go, we've redeveloped our little station area just over there. So, residential station. We want a residential station somewhere over here. So, first things first, we need to kind of create a road into it. So, I'm going to extend this dual carriageway over here. Let's go to straight. Let's pull that road all the way through to here. And from here, I'm going to go to straight roads. We can actually go a little bit further out if we can. Let's pause time. Let's go to there. That's a fraction too much. That should do it. Ah, well, that's close enough. And we'll pull that road along like that. So, traffic coming in will loop down the right, get to the end, turn around, and come back down the left. That's kind of what we want. Now we need our commuter station, which is here. And we want that to sit about there, I think. That should do quite nicely. So now we need our train tracks. So we're going to go low along here to about here. And now we're going to build a bridge and come over the water. Want to see what sort of different bridges we can actually get. We can get, if we build a straight-ish line, we can go from just having a sort of a bridge with some railings to actually having a girder box bridge, a box girder bridge. I really quite like the idea of having one of those, but it does mean building at a weird angle. So what we're going to need to do is curve this back a little bit first. So let's put our bridge in over the water first of all. Once we've got the bridge in, we'll be in a better position to sort out our connections. That's a little bit too high. So we want a bit at that height, really, kind of coming across. So we're kind of perfect on that end, This end, we're going to need to get rid of that piece there. And extend. And now where is that railway line? It's the other side of the freeway. That's why we were going to have it at an extra height. Oh, we can just build a bridge as we get there. We'll go in at an angle over here. So now we can raise up over here. Zoom in a bit so we can see what we're doing and what we're placing. And go to there. And now from here, we're going to want to curve around onto the road, onto the track that way. Is that too close to that corner? I think it might be. Oh, no, there we go. So now we can get commuter trains coming in over the freeway, over the river. Now we need to connect up over here. So let's make that curve. Move that piece there. Like that. Try and get a nice kind of flow on the track. That works. There's our girder bridge. Goes over the freeway, splits off onto the main feed line. And now, well, I suppose we could do something similar over here. We could feed out there, but what I want to do is just have a single feed coming off here, if it's at all possible. I don't know if I can do this. Oh, that's going up. Oh, it looks like I can. Yeah, it's going to have to come off at an angle like so. It's just going to look a little bit weird. Well, let's take that out, take that out, and take that out. I have a new idea. So let's put a line in over here like this, and then now we can take that down. Connect it that way. Let's bring a line coming off like this. And now we can bring this down. We've come too close to the line on that one. Connect it, there we go. Let's drop that line down. So he wants to feed in at a strange angle, that'll do. It's close enough. And then from here, let's build a line coming off this way. And this is just going to feed straight into our city. In fact, if we put our residential station here, perhaps, that does mean people driving. Let's build our bridge line down here for now, and we'll leave that like that. We can get traffic moving, because at the very least we should start to see... actually, do we need water? I think we're actually in part of the water network over here. Yes, we are. Excellent. So we don't have to worry about power or water there. We should hopefully start seeing commuter trains coming over this area soon. Here comes a train. Is this commuter or freight? That's freight. See that pulling into our freight terminal just over there, looking for a for a commuter line. Do we have any over here? No one's coming down here yet. I'm not seeing anybody feeding along here either. Maybe we've put the station in the wrong place. Or maybe it's just the wrong time of day. In fact, how about let's bring this down. I see again. There's a commuter line, but it's not going to our main station. So I think we've kind of messed up a little bit over here. Here's another freight service, sorry, commuter service, and that's not going in either. It's definitely connected there. Definitely connected there. It's connected all the way over here. No gaps in the lines. Just nobody using this station. That's slightly puzzling, slightly worrying. Not entirely sure why that is. Maybe it's because we have this unconnected line over here. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drop in, if we pause time again, we're going to drop in a second station, a commuter station here. So I need a road. We're going to go single lane, and we are going to go underneath. So we need to decide where this is going to pull up, and I'm thinking if we start the road here, perhaps, or we could pull it off here, perhaps. Let's take the road there. So let's go one block, and then let's go down. Actually, I want to put a curve in here. So let's go across one. And around one. And come underneath. Just go back to straight. And then come back up. We're a little bit too short on our placement there, so we go to there and then come up. There we go, and then we can park that there, like so. And now let's station. Let's put our commuter station in here. Just there. And then that way we've got a link there because of that junction that links personnel to that industrial estate, and that residential district as well, and even commercial district. So theoretically that should work really nicely, and let's link that up. See, again, I could just connect onto this one. In theory, just connect onto here as well. I think that is probably going to be a better idea. So let's tear all this off. Let's go back to how we were over here. Before it got horribly messy and convoluted, as is often the way when I first build something. Let's connect up to that. Bring the line down a bit. Now try and split. Let's see, again, we've come a little bit too far on that, I think. Let's connect down. Like so. That can then go straight on like that. That can bend around like that. That works. Okay, so we have our junction over there, and now we can actually tear this off here. Here, here, here. Like so. And let's bring this over here. Right, let's see, let's bring that line out first. Let's have our freight line link onto it like that. There we go. And now we need to curve this around like this. Have that one go that way. Oh, I had it for a second then. Oh. That goes that way. And now we have a single connection here, feeding two separate stations. And we have a turn off here to link our two residential stations together. Plus, by putting this here, we can extend this line out and bring it around for when we further develop down here as well. So, let's get traffic flowing, and now let's see if we actually start getting some movement and get some commuter lines coming down here. Or maybe even shuttling between the two stations. That'd be nice to see. So here comes another freight train. It may take a few minutes as well for this thing to shuttle in. So let's go into sort of scenic mode. Not seeing any passenger trains in the background over there. A freight train coming in. Not seeing any trains that way. There goes our freight train. There's more freight. And more freight. I wonder, do I need to set pricing? Open the budget panel, let's have a look. I hate those pop-ups, the way they pop up over the top of what you're doing and then it closes everything underneath it, but not what you're trying to look at. Train budget is fine. Obviously we have no income on our trains yet. Just need to wait for some passenger services. I'm sure we're going to start seeing something soon. I am tempted to run. Oh, we don't have space to run a further line over here, not without expanding. Which we do have the available land if we want to buy some more land. But it would be nice if we could actually get some movement. See our new little traffic system. It's a little over the top in some places, maybe, but it's working. You know, the traffic is flowing We're not getting any horrible queues over there. There goes a commercial line, sorry, a passenger line, and it's not turning in. We are getting plenty of freight though, as you can see. Freight's really queuing up like crazy. Could do with a second freight terminal, I suppose. Got more freight coming in. Maybe we need to put a second freight station in just there, where those power lines are. And there goes another commercial passenger line. So, yeah, I'm a little disconcerted as to why we're not getting any traffic to our station here. No road traffic is turning down here. It is definitely a two-way road, so we don't have to worry about them not having access to the road. Why are they not using that service? Let's try adding a direct link there. See if that helps. That's going to help the it's going to help the flow of some of the smaller stuff, but again, we're just getting freight. We're not getting passenger. Oh, I thought for a second he was going to turn, but he didn't. Oh, here we go. We have our first passenger line coming in. Awesome. We finally have a working residential passenger line. And here's another one coming in. So maybe we did need that extra road. I think it was maybe just it needed time to gear up properly, but whatever reason it was, whether it was adding that little piece of connecting road or whether it was just letting time cycle through, which I think is probably more likely the case, we do now have a working passenger line over here. Let's have a quick look over here and see if we have passenger lines running. Yes, we do. Look at that. Is this one going to run to our other station? No, it's not. It's taking people off into the distance, but the option is there if it's needed. But there we go, look at that, we have two. So yeah, it must have just been timed because we didn't make any changes over here at all. And this one is now servicing passenger trains. So there we go, we have working train network. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I will catch you back with some more City Skylines PS4 version very soon.